What is going on, guys? This is Jack here, aka the Fitness Butler, and welcome back to my channel. So this is a slightly different setting from the usual garage gym today. I actually thought we'd have more of a sort of sit-down discussion on some of the things that we're actually going to be covering today. So today's video is what I deem to be the top 6 lies told by the fitness industry in 2021. Now that's not to say that some of these lies have not been told prior to 2021, and some of them have even been going for decades, which is it's quite scary to think that in this day and age, in 2021, there are still athletes, fitness influencers, people in the industry that are still perpetuating some of these lies, fads and myths. So the purpose of today's video is to hopefully sort of steer you guys in the right direction, to give you a sort of clear, no BS idea on the facts really, and calling out the lies in the industry that I hear constantly, in particular the ones that are sort of spread by the large fitness influencers. They're the dangerous ones because they have such a large following and such a huge influence, in particular to sort of the younger demographics, the beginners and like the sort of teenagers that are starting out their fitness journey. It's really important, I think, for them to understand what's true and what's not. So today I'm going to run through my list of the top 6 and hopefully steer some of you guys, beginners in particular, in the right direction. So in the number 1 spot on my list, it is going to be overcomplicating weight loss. Look, there are so many companies, individuals, fitness influencers that really try to just make you believe that you have to follow a special diet, you have to avoid certain foods or eat certain foods for weight loss, or try their special supplements for fat burning and weight loss. At the end of the day, weight loss comes down to a really simple equation. It's calories in, calories out, okay? Essentially what that means is it's the amount of calories that you're burning in the day and the amount of calories that you're putting in your body during the day. It's simple in the sense that if you want to gain weight, you enter a caloric surplus. That means you're eating more calories than your body needs to maintain its current weight, so you'll store the excess calories, the additional calories. And if you want to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. That means you're eating less calories than your body needs in order to maintain its weight. So your body will then tap into its fat stores to make up for the calories that it is missing day to day. And now look, I'm not trying to oversimplify the process of weight loss. I understand for some people it is incredibly tough and a challenge, and I'm not trying to belittle people that are struggling with weight loss in any way. I'm actually saying that the fitness industry tries to make weight loss into this extremely overcomplicated thing where normally there's an agenda behind it, where the individual or the company is trying to push their special diet plan for weight loss or their special supplements for weight loss, and it's just not necessary. It really boils down to are you eating more calories than your body is burning off, more calories than your body needs? Because if you are, you're gonna put on weight. You know, you're gonna put on body fat. The calories that you put into your body aren't just going to magically disappear if you have too many of them. They need to be stored as something somewhere in your body. So for a simple solution, I mentioned this in some of my other videos. Go onto Google and type in TDEE calculator, total daily energy expenditure. You can input all your details, your age, your height, your job, sort of your activity levels week to week, and it will give you a rough estimation of the amount of calories that you need daily to maintain your weight, and it will give you an idea of what a sort of deficit and a surplus would look like, depending on how much weight you want to lose. Once you've got that calorie number, download an app like MyFitnessPal. It's free to download. Just for a few weeks, track your calories so you have an idea of how many calories you need and what foods you can source it from. And then with that app, you'll clearly be able to see the breakdown of what it is that's working for you in order for you to lose the weight that you want to lose. Another quick thing I wanted to add while we're on the topic of weight loss would be some of the total myths about, say, certain macronutrients. Carbs is the biggest one. You know, you hear the no carbs before marbs, or cutting your carbohydrates out in order for you to lose weight. And so carbs has been sort of put in this place now where so many people that don't have a better understanding of nutrition are terrified to eat too many carbs, or to eat any carbs for that matter, At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with carbohydrates. Carbs are crucial for a balanced diet. The only time carbs become an issue is when you're overeating them. The reason carbs get a bad rep for themselves is because often high carb foods like pasta, potatoes, chips, french fries, they're easier to eat more of. So often people will overconsume, they'll eat too many carbs. Having carbs in your diet is great. I would never advise someone to cut carbs completely from their diet, but it is just about the volume, the amount of the carbs that you eat. So try and limit and manage your portion sizes. So if you're having a meal with potatoes or with fries, pasta, rice, try to make sure you're eating within your limits. So second on my list of the top 6 lies told by the fitness industry is that you can get abs by training abs. So this is a huge one on YouTube and Instagram, on all the social medias really. It's such a big sort of clickbait title where influencers will put out these videos, these 6-pack shortcuts sort of videos. Abs in 6 minutes, just do this ab routine 10 minutes a day and guaranteed 6-pack, or in 1 month get a 6-pack. You will not get abs by training your abs. It does not matter if you trained your abs for 2 hours every single day. If you are holding too much body fat, if your body fat percentage is too high, your ab muscles, your abdominals will not be visible. So what I basically mean is abs are made in the kitchen. That is the message that should be put out by the fitness industry, not that you get abs by training your abs, but abs come from what you eat, okay? If you're eating a clean diet, if you're in a calorie deficit, if your body fat is low enough, then your abdominal muscles will become visible, because you could train your abs all you like, you can build up the size of your abdominal muscles, but if they're covered by a layer of body fat on your stomach, you're never going to see them, okay? So the first step is always get your nutrition down first, okay? Make sure you're eating the right foods, eating enough protein, a balanced diet, the right amount of calories, you're not overeating. And when you start to drop the body fat down, then your abs will become visible. And of course, I'd always strongly advise to my clients to train their abs, do some isolation work for the abs, just like any other muscle. It's fantastic to train them and to strengthen your core. But don't believe what you hear when you see fitness influencers and people online putting out videos and content saying that you will get abs by using their routine. So for number 3 on the list, for lies spread by the fitness industry, this is a really big one, and this is often one I've heard from some of my clients as well that have spoken to me, and I've sort of had to debunk it to an extent, that you have to constantly change your exercise routine, like your exercise regimen and the exercises you do, in order to shock the muscles, okay? That is a total lie. You don't need to constantly change, and all of these fitness influencers that show you these ridiculous new variations of exercises, like tiny little pulse reps that will barely get any muscle activation, taking your muscle through the smallest possible range of movement. Sometimes, especially with weight training, it's just good to stick with the basics, good to stick with what we know works. So I'm not saying you have to stick to an extremely boring, like 1 or 2 exercise routine forever. You can, of course, I'd always welcome, I do it myself with my clients. I'll mix up to an extent. I will introduce new exercises or new variations of exercises that we already do, but you don't need to constantly change your routine every single week to shock your muscles. Shock is just a bit of a buzzword that's just been circled around the fitness industry because it's a word that attracts people. It makes people listen, oh, I'm going to need to shock my muscles. The key for muscle growth is progressive overload. So that basically means increasing the volume, the intensity, or the weight, the load, week by week in order to stimulate the muscle growth. And that could literally be on the same 1, 2, 3 exercises on each muscle every single time if you wanted it to be. As long as you are progressively increasing one of those 3 factors, intensity, volume, or the actual weight on the exercise you're performing, the muscles will respond. You need to obviously as well, but take into account that with training, you need to be pushing yourself. For most exercises, 1 or 2 reps shy of failure at least, if not for some exercises, actually pushing the muscles to failure, to the point where you can't complete another rep with good form. So stick to the basics, okay? If you want to mix up your routines, that's great. I even mix up my routines myself because at the end of the day, you want weight training and exercise to be fun. You want to keep it varied, and doing the exact same thing every single week for months or years on end would of course get boring, but you do not need to constantly cycle around different routines and crazy exercises. I think a lot of Instagram influencers put out these ridiculous exercises that for the most part just they're not a patch on the original sort of basic compound lifts or exercises that have been proven and backed by science to work as it is. And I think a lot of the time people try and sort of reinvent the wheel. They try to start these new trends and new funky exercises, and at the end of the day it's what gets the views. Saying that you have to stick to the sort of basic exercises is not necessarily what people want to hear, but it's what they need to hear. It's the truth, okay? Okay, so number 4 on the list of lies told by the fitness industry. This one, again, is one that's been pretty prevalent for quite some time now, but I do think it is progressively getting worse. And this is where fitness influencers say you can attain a body like mine naturally. This is quite a controversial topic because I think for the younger audiences in particular, the sort of impressionable young audiences, the beginners to the fitness industry, the people that are beginning their fitness journey, I think it's very dangerous and very irresponsible for fitness influencers who are clearly using PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, so steroids, testosterone, to achieve their ridiculous physiques, to then come out and say that they have achieved their physique naturally, and then to say to their followers and their audiences that they can also achieve a physique like theirs, because it sets an extremely unrealistic expectation in the minds of a largely impressionable young audience. I mean, it was the same for me when I first started out weight training. It was more kind of like looking at men's health magazines and seeing it, you know, Mike O'Hearn's a big one. He's been around for a long time. He's now on YouTube. I'm sure you've heard of Mike O'Hearn. And he has been called out multiple times for his sort of fake natural status, where he claims to be natural when clearly you look at his body, it would be anatomically, physiologically impossible for a human to obtain muscles of that size and thickness without the assistance of performance enhancing drugs. Now, Mike O'Hearn and the other fitness influencers that have these incredible physiques, I'm not knocking their physiques. I'm not saying that they have not worked extremely hard to achieve their physique. Some of these guys, they have fantastic genetics. They have like top tier genetics in order to achieve. So even before they probably took any sort of form of steroid or PED, they probably already had a good base. However, what I'm trying to say is do not listen to these influencers that say you can achieve a body like theirs. All it will do is it will affect your mental health, and you'll never be satisfied with your own body. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is yourself. You should never compare yourself to these influencers online that give you a small snapshot of their perfect bodies and, you know, their sort of dream life, because that is just a snapshot of their life in time. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. And what I'm trying to say is just be the best you. Don't try and better them. Don't try to compare to them or get to their level, because 9 times out of 10, the harsh reality is, even if you were to take performance enhancing drugs, you won't look like half of these top tier fitness athletes or fitness influencers. So stop comparing yourself to others. Do not listen to them when they say they've achieved their physique naturally and when they say you can do it too. Just focus on yourself and trying to better yourself. So number 5 on the list, this is a massive one. This is one that I've had so many endless discussions with clients in the past. The spot reduction of body fat. So I'm sure we've all seen the videos or the articles or the workout routines that say burn love handles with this routine, torch lower belly fat by using these exercises or this diet or routine, target your bingo wings with this routine, okay? You cannot spot reduce body fat. So what I mean is you cannot pick and choose where your body will burn body fat from. So if you're trying to lose weight, if you're in a calorie deficit and you're actually burning body fat, let's say you want to, so for most guys, and I'm not trying to generalize, this is just an example, a lot of gents hold body fat around the lower back and the lower abdomen. If you're a guy and you want to burn body fat from your lower stomach, you can't choose. Your brain you cannot go to your brain, right, I'd like you to take all the body fat from the lower stomach and from nowhere else on my body. When your body's burning fat, it will just take body fat from wherever your body happens to store the fat. It could be taken from anywhere in your body. So what to take from this? Do not listen to the videos and the workout routines and the influencers who say their routine will help you burn love handles or will help you burn chest fat to get rid of man boobs, or to get rid of thigh fat for ladies, or bum fat, because it's physiologically impossible for your body to pick and choose whereabouts on your body the fat is burned from. Okay, so I've saved the best till last here. For the top 6 list, I've actually put this one right at the very top, so I thought I'd leave it till the end to discuss it. Is that weight loss or muscle gain or whatever your goal is can be achieved through a quick fix. something short term, whether it's a diet plan, whether it's a workout regimen, whatever it may be. What I'm trying to say is nothing when it comes to fitness, nutrition, your health and your body can be achieved quickly, okay? The reality of it is, and this is not necessarily what people want to hear, that if you want to be fitter and happier and healthier and achieve your goals, you need to be prepared for long-term commitment, because everything short-term either doesn't work, or when it does work, as soon as people have hit that goal, let's take dieting for example. If you go for a short-term diet plan because you want to lose X amount of weight, 2 stone or 15 kilos, whatever it may be, it's great for the month or two where you lose all the weight, and then once you've reached the goal, 9 times out of 10 people have hit what they want to hit and they drop straight back down and yo-yo back down, and it's just a constant yo-yo of weight loss, weight gain, weight loss, weight gain. The key is long-term commitment, being in it for the long haul. I think that human beings by nature are lazy, and I think we all want to hear that there is a quick fix, and I think that's why a lot of these faddy diets and special supplements like fat burning supplements, lose fat in 6 weeks, get abs in 6 weeks, gain muscle in 1 month by using this routine. I think the reason they are so popular is because human beings are lazy and we want quick results. We want instant gratification. We want to see instant change to our bodies. But the reality of it is, if you want to stay healthy, you need to commit to staying healthy for your entire life. And you need to be prepared to stick with whatever it is you're doing for the long haul. So don't believe these channels that put out the content saying that their diet plan will help you shred all your body fat in 4 weeks, or you'll be able to achieve bulging biceps in 22 days by following a specific routine, you know, gain 1 inch on your arms. It's just a load of rubbish. You need to get into the mindset of being prepared to stick with what you're doing. At the end of the day, exercise is great, not only for your body, but for mind as well. It's a fantastic way of clearing your head, for relieving stress. In particular at the minute, the times we're going through with the pandemic and lots of countries being in lockdown, exercise is a fantastic tool for that natural release of the feel-good hormone, you know, dopamine, endorphins. You get that rush of feel-good when you exercise, and I think that's why exercise is great, not just in times like this, really sort of testing times, but it's also good going forward into the future. So you can always use it as a tool to make you feel better, fitter, happier and healthier. So that's my top 6 list today, guys. I hope you took something from it today. The purpose of today's video wasn't necessarily to really sort of call any individuals out or any companies out. It could have been really easy for me to sit here and name names and specifically point the finger at some of the real sort of large fitness influencers that are the major culprits for some of these, for perpetuating some of these lies. But I didn't really feel the need to start any sort of personal attacks or drama today. It was more just to help steer you guys in the right direction and to make sure I've sort of cleared up some of the big sort of lies, myths, misconceptions that are commonly spoken about and spread within the fitness industry. One thing I will say as well, although I have mentioned there are a lot of bad fitness influencers out there that put out a lot of these lies and myths, there are also plenty of really good quality fitness influencers, particularly on the YouTube platform. Just to name a few that I will link in the description, ones that I personally use for science-based, no BS fitness and nutrition information. Sean Nalawani is really good. Jeff Nippard is great. Greg Doucette, he puts out pretty good information, and he also calls out people on BS and lies. More Plates, More Dates, that's Derek from More Plates, More Dates. And John Meadows is another really good one, the Mountain Dog. He puts out really good quality content. And there's plenty of other great channels too. They're just a few off the top of my head that I use regularly. So I'll link them down below, so you can obviously check out their channels as well. So if you've enjoyed my video today and you want to see more content like this, please be sure to support my channel, help my channel grow by hitting that thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new and hit the post notifications button as well. So yeah, I just thought I'd try something a little bit different today. I often try out other people's routines, or I do different sort of challenges on the channel. And I thought I'd put more of a sort of serious, informative video out. Hopefully you've learned something new, and hopefully you can take something from this video that will help you in your fitness journey and have a positive impact for you going forward. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I've been Jack, the Fitness Butler, and I'll see you guys in the next video.